Good morning. This is quite early. It's about 9 and the 2nd of September. My name is Tim, and this is another reach out to the people. And well, I thought I'd start it like this, just to show you the approach to where I go in my woods. So this is, I've just walked along this path, and you've got a lovely view through the trees there. Look, the sun's the light's not there, but that's the creek through there if it would let it see. And I'm walking this way because this is the way towards my spot. Now, I just, as ever, wanted another chance to talk to you because I ain't letting up. And I get, messages saying perhaps I'm not being consistent. One day away, one day another. And yeah, I've got to tell you that within I am completely consistent within my thoughts, my efforts. I just, of course, do a bit of work and do other things, and it takes you away. As I've said, I want to speak to you every day. I want to be in this magic every day. And, I struggle with that because I'm trying to sort out such silly things, it seems, with a dream so enormous. And I'm struggling to pay little bills. But that, again, is a part of me being genuine with you, as I have all along. And I don't let that stop me. My current circumstances are not what define me at all. And yet, of course, the daytime mind, you get worried. We all do. And that's why, for me, these little messages are a big part of me trying to make this connection with you, with so many. And I will continue to do this without a kind of completely being stuck on the outcome that I must. This beautiful trust and surrender in the divine plan. The floor looks a bit wet where I'm about to sit, but never mind. Let me see if I can get it propped up in place. A little stick or two. Might have trouble. Quick pause. Okay, back again. So I'm sat. I think I'm going to get a damp bum though. I can kind of feel it coming through, so I'm not sure how long I'll go. This shows the level of my determination. I'm prepared to endure a damp backside and mud on my clean jeans. Everything for you. Okay? So, back in the woods. So like I said, it's the 2nd of September. I like September because it's my birthday month, in case anyone, any invisible people fancied. I ain't saying nothing, but and I like September. In Portugal, it's when, it cools down, all the people leave, and it's always this wonderful when you're working there. Everyone, 1st of September, breathes a sigh of relief. The days get shorter, so it can still be hot, but it doesn't have the ability to really go into a heat wave. I have some deer running. And what did I want to say today? Say what I'm going to say. As ever, wanting to open this hut. And through me opening up to you in this way, but also to my friends and family here while I've been here, I felt did what I said I wanted to do some time ago, where that very simple telling people how much they mean to you is a very real way of opening up your heart in a simple, here on earth way. And I do believe it has helped me, this little trip to England. It has helped me do just that in a funny way. I've been able to, like I say, reinforce these connections with friends that I see will never need it. It's just there. And that, I think, is precious for everyone in their lives, to have friends like that and family like that will just accept them when needed. So that's been a lovely experience of these weeks. Now, what else do I want to say? I want to say that this joining, this reunion, is already happening on many levels for us. I personally want to see it with these eyes. And yes, I see it with other eyes. So that gives me complete trust that in those other realms, this connection is going forward at a rate of knots, that I feel more connected than ever to the infinite, more connected to those others that I long to connect with. I've had beautiful experiences with many these last weeks. Often ones that I'll see, I'll then have experiences with, which is something that's recurred over these years, and I'm starting to see the pattern of it. That there is this ability that I become at times more able to set intentions and receive what is getting to be a clearer feedback and help. Often the experiences show me the state of me, if you like. Sometimes some of them really showing how everything's here, there and everywhere. One the other day, where I was pretty sure it was the wild bird, where I was saying, sort of joking about, if you ignore one thing and leave it in the sand, it gets serious. But look what happens if you ignore everything and leave it in the sand, how serious it gets. And I know from points of view that's what I have done a lot of my life. In my defense, I've remained in trust in what will unfold. But then I've also been shown that in some of this manifestation, it does take focus and intention. And I learned that over the years with my work. I used to do the juggling work and everything that I was doing. That really helped. Having that clear focus was a real aid and showed very real results. What is it I want to manifest? To be honest, I want to manifest myself being a part of the magic of the service that I am certain I am here to be involved in, and am involved in, and have been in the past. This is, in a sense, my chief aim. I long to, in a sense, join in that service, share in that service with certain people that I truly admire. and others that I have known for years, that I know are involved in the same service. I just haven't seen them for a while. And they often seem to ignore me when I do. But I wanted this to be a smiley one. You know that feeling of just smiling? When you properly smile, a smile must be with the eyes, it can't be just the mouth. So a true smile is kind of obvious. And I want to send some smiles to you today because I think they're very powerful as a form of this connection. And like I say, we are already in a process of reuniting, of coming together. I'm certain of this. If I knew a leap of faith, an inspired act that would cross this veil today, I would do it. Which is often, where over the years, I know I have got stuck on a very specific part of my quest. And then the quest just kind of got infinitely bigger. But still, that central quest. For the wild bird, did I mention her yet? I think I might have. And I hope the wild bird whisperers are keeping her, wound up a bit, not forgetting me and stuff. And I also hope that those wild bird whisperer friends, you might need to help us in the wild bird, because we seem to have this funny mirroring dynamic going on. Of not being able to just surely meet up, have a chat and get this moving forward. Because I'm certain that chat will be fine. I know there are things we will need to talk about, and I have professed my forgiveness in advance. Is that really possible? From my experiences, it is. It is completely possible. Because also, you must understand I have learned a lot. So, the things that took place, they needed to take place in that way, it would seem. There needed to be this lifted up almost and then dropped and turned away from. Clearly I needed that in my growth. It hasn't been fun, but it's allowed me to do these messages, to bring something out from within me that perhaps could not have been experienced if things had gone differently. So I trust in this unfolding. My own personal feelings of regret and also wanting to apologize are very real to me. I feel I let you down, wild bird. That I wasn't in alignment at the right time, and if I had have been, things could have been different. But it would seem I just wasn't aligned, and that was very, very well pointed out. And the process was taken through. That in a sense closed the door. A big one. And that's going back to kind of October 2 years ago. It hit me. That hit me hard. But again, that came from a person that I take it from. That's, I have to accept, and I accept it. It wasn't a great few months for me, I remember. But the trust remained, the love remained, and the unconditional love grew. I simply couldn't accept that I was not still a part of the story, that story would simply be taken away from me, and different minds would run with that story. And it was a shock. Now, in the terms of forgiveness, it is the letting go. The letting go of any pain caused by it. And I'm pretty sure over these years I have done just that. That I have moved through it. I have grown. I have, in a sense, changed. And it's helped me a lot, and helped me get a lot closer to the understanding of that unconditional love. Because, it's not fair on the wild bird, you see. Because I can easily state an unconditional love to so many, even people I don't even know. And yet with the wild bird, I'm saying I have it. And I am learning to have it, I promise. But of course I have hopes. I just do. I have all along. And they won't really let me go. So am I offering unconditional love at the end of the day? I guess it isn't. It is still pressure on my wild bird. And I don't want her to feel that. I want her to feel completely comfortable coming and talking to me. I want her to feel forgiven. I want her to know the genuineness of my feelings. This is what I always try to get across. And as for understanding all that went on, my goodness. On the microcosm of my life, sort of 4 odd years ago, and right through, I experienced a lot of my sort of friends and family finding it very hard to see a change in me, and just wanting to try and kind of bring me back on a track that they all thought was correct. Whereas I was very sure of what I was doing and needed to do. Then, of course, the talking, the gossips and rumours, and some quite nasty, defaming things. I mean, the Algarve's not big. And I felt it. So I've been through a lot of that. And luckily, my teacher told me a story years ago about Buddha and his disciple are in the village. And the disciple's just walking with Buddha and saying, but how can you continue? How can you feel good when you hear all the nasty things that people are saying about you? Buddha calmly says, I will explain when we get back to the tree. When we get back. Finally, they got back to the tree. And Buddha hands his bowl to the disciple. and says, now, whose bowl is that? The disciple says, it's your bowl. He pushes it closer to the disciple. He says, now whose bowl is it? It's yours, Buddha. It's not mine. Puts the bowl in the disciple's lap and says, now, whose bowl is it? Disciple answers, it's still your bowl. It's still yours. And Buddha answers, exactly. What is said by others and thought by others is theirs. If you take ownership of it, then you will suffer that. It's unnecessary ownership of another's opinions. The same goes for gossip and rumours. For the whole thing. In this subject and connection, they remain in another level. They can't really enter into this interaction. Hence, it's very important not to entertain gossip and rumours, because it gets you. It gets yourself. It comes back at you. This is the reflective quality. You get what you give. So we must always be very careful about what we give in this world. Very, very careful. So I said, I'm not stopping. And I really feel like I talked about the waves of this experience. It comes in waves, it seems to me. And this last week, 10 days, more, has felt like just that. I have caught a wave, or waves that I recognise from the past, having been in the same waves, perhaps almost caught them, and had incredible, absolutely life-changing experiences. And this time I feel more on that. And doing these messages seems to have helped me remain on that. So I'm going to keep doing it, because it lifts me, it helps me. And I'm certain it gets to the ones that I want to get to. The ones that I am on a path, collision course with. I am certain. And to trust in this divine plan so far beyond what we can understand, and yet undeniable. Really being told to truly, the way to this love, to this abundance, to this experience, this full acceptance, is you must come into alignment with that. You must find that peace. Let go of all the stress and the worries and the fears. They must be gone for this lifting to take place. And I'm good at burying my head in the sand, but that's not exactly what it means, I think, because you need to consciously take care of the problems. If there's a simple, sort that out, great. And in the past, I was much better at that. It just seems now most of my problems seem to involve needing money. It's a hard problem to solve. Hence, bury my head in the sand. But that's not working either, really. So I will continue to to attempt, to solve my practical problems in a conscious way. And that's looking good. I've got some work to go back to in Portugal. I will probably be going back over the next few days. I haven't bought the ticket yet, but funnily enough, it's almost identical time as last year that I went back, about the 5th, 6th or 7th of September. At which time another coincidence arises. That it was just exactly this sort of time last year that I had a beautiful dream I spoke about with the wild bird. It was a sort of long drawn out one where she sort of looked like a party and she sort of got annoyed with me and walked off. But then I sort of went and found her again and sat near her, not too near. And we watched the film of life. And she, came closer through that experience, through that dream. She came closer and slowly we were, together. We were hugging. She was asking me things. And it was one of the most beautiful, intimate and sensual experiences I've had with her. And last night, a year later, another sort of similar in certain aspects. Now, I won't go into the aspects, but just in case the wild bird is aware of last night, or if this is all just my experiences with the infinite. But I'm pretty sure you're aware of a lot of our interactions. I hope so. Otherwise, if you're just having completely separate ones of me, I'd like to know what's happening with yours. So I look forward to that conversation. We'll see if they tally up or if it was all completely different experiences, which may well be the truth, as we are unique. But I hope I'm behaving, that's all I can say. But it was a beautiful experience that just brings me closer to you. It's as simple as that. And makes me want to continue, to reach out to you, to not put pressure, but to not give up. And to always attempt to reassure you, to make sure that if I am correct about your feelings, potential feelings, whatever, if I am correct, then I want you to know, in whichever way I can, I want you to know that I have. And that I know it's all free will. This is all free will. So I must never change that in a sense. But as a guy, I know there are times, even when a lady says she doesn't want to hear, that she does. And I feel you've had some more insights into stuff that might, well, I don't know what's going on in that bird brain of yours. No, sorry, it's not a bird brain. Not a bird brain. It's the wild bird. That so much overthinking has gone on. That I think we could dispel all the miscommunication, the uncertainty, the whatever. We could sort it out and move forward in something that we have proved is not how people normally would kind of connect. But that it is a deeper, more precious connection, I would say, than either of us have really imagined. And we have it. I know we have it. And for you, I offer that connection anyway for the rest of my life. I always love when I see you. So my heart is open to you. And it will remain open now. The love is unconditional. And now Tim is getting pretty much unconditional as well. And in this potential future, I will have to accept what happens, what you decide. But whatever you decide, I want you to know my heart's always going to be open. But it might open up more if I could sort of talk to you a bit and spend a little bit of time, see what happens, go for a walk, go for a surf. Still got a cup of tea and a foot rub. I mean, how can you not, what's wrong with that? Yeah, I just want to be playful with you. I long to talk to you. I long for you to open up and get these things off your chest that are eating at you. Come on, we all have to do this. Know of my forgiveness. I know of my love. Now, I don't care what the world thinks. All the wild bird whisperers think, they're on my side. I hope so. Because you're very important to me. And I just long for the kind of laugh of going through stuff. And I know you're softening up. You can talk to me. You can open up about stuff. There's no problem. You got fears of what happened to you in the past, in other relationships. Well, crikey, I mean, that's a very clear limiting belief. That's like, if you're an athlete, you lose a few races, you don't give up. And I really, through my life experiences, that I can offer you a very kind and free kind of interaction. I will always long for more with you. But, the lady decides. But the guy does need to do a bit of chasing. Not chasing and you running. More just following through. I want to know where you are. If I could just know where you are and leave little sneaky gifts somewhere. If your friends could help me do that and just say, so that here in this physical world that we become closer. Because I long for it. Anyway, gone off into the wild bird whisper. Guess who I wanted to talk to? Honest, genuine. But of course, there is such a vastly larger picture. One in which countless people are experiencing coming together on a level never really dreamt of or possible before, that it is possible to join as one on this planet and to help not just the people but the planet itself. And this is very dear to me and to many of my friends, that really see the importance of this environment now. And my goodness, for our children and grandchildren, I mean, what sort of assholes would ruin a planet now so that in 30 years the kids are in real trouble? What sort of legacy is that to leave? So I think that's a collective legacy we need to help. And as enough of us turn to that, we will have all the help and resources we require. Because I truly believe that is in alignment with the Infinite's plan. That this must be a beautiful place for the children. There must be improvements. And we must move forward. So anyway, like I say, bit of a chat in the woods. It was going to be sunny today, and then the clouds have come over, so I was hoping to go to the beach, but I think I might wait until I get back to Portugal. And I pray for alignment within myself, which I feel a great amount of energy interacting with me, if you like, at the moment. Always my dream won't leave me alone, but right now it feels like there's an energy that won't leave me alone. I love power pushing me towards what I would term as my highest timeline, my highest good. And that is where I long to be at all times. And I believe I'm getting better at being. That this peace, this calmness is ever more present. And I think ever more attractive to my wild bird. Because I think she, I think she needs a chat today, because I do. So I reckon you do too. And if I'm wrong, it doesn't really matter, because no one talks to me. Let alone the last things I've done. I mean, it's 0 views I get now. I used to get a few. Now we're down to 0. So it's really trust an invisible dream now, isn't it? And I do. The how and the when. That is what I must leave. Maybe I should start a bit of a game with you all. Right? You have to send me some sort of clever messages through your songs. Of like, should I go and actively search for the wild bird? Or should I continue to be patient and trusting that she will come when she's ready? Not sure how you're going to get that across to me, but any little clues, I will take any help I can get. Because at the end of the day, there's stuff to play out here on Earth, in this dimension. But I guess it has to play out in others first. And I'm not impatient. It's just all day longing to talk to her. And not just her, there's so many that could just go, oh, I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone, but, dealing with literally invisible people for years has been quite unusual. But here I am, still doing it, not giving up. Remember, I'm a quantum multi-dimensional time bandit. You see, I've said I've got this together, so I need to remain in that knowledge, or just surrender, let go of all control and surrender. And I am. But I'm still a guy, and I still want to see a certain girl. And I want her to know that every single day without it being extra pressure. So we'll see. But I hope you're okay. And I think you are from our interactions lately. I think things are good. And I just feel like, and have done for the whole time, like I'm just already with you. And yet I don't see. You communicate to me in very obscure ways. Indeed, it's like you communicate with me through others. And in all sorts of ways. Synchronicities. Truly, what manner of lady are you? What floor do your feet tread? I gotta find out. Gotta find out one day. It'd be too much. So I'd say, my birthday soon. We could do something. We could have a toasty for my birthday if you fancy. I wouldn't mind. And find out when your birthday is. It is a bit of a silly one. We could do a chat in the woods. So much being pointed out to me. And a big one is that this love that I profess, this unconditional love, must be for all, including the ones whose ideologies I find abhorrent at times, the ones that I see displaying violence, all of it. That again, with this mind and these eyes, I battle. Hence, perhaps, through my messages, as I have battled with a few, is perhaps another reason, that I am so blocked. I just want to say, all along that's been an understanding, but not so easy to apply. But that now I am understanding it must be applied, that I must profess that for all. That this will be a joining between many very opposing ideologies, that if we can't do that, then it isn't really unconditional love. So I'm learning that one. So I'll stop having a go at everyone. Except Mr. Take a Dump. But just him. Okay? But even there, I accept it's, I have trouble with him. But I'm working on it. It's all right. And I won't have a go. Could have. Okay. No. Stay well out of it, I think. After all, the life, the garden I wish to be in. I don't want my head taken up by that. I do not plan on becoming a politician. But I would love to see some better politicians. Simple as that. So I will learn that, true compassion comes after that forgiveness, even of things I find very hard to forgive. That is the path to that true compassion, where I must get to. So anyway, a bit of a loose chat in the woods. Not sure what I'm doing today. A bit up in the air. I've got a bit of work to do. See some friends again before I go. If I'm going in a few days, it suddenly happens really quick. Hopefully see my daughter in Bristol. And just enjoy. This, when you are in that moment. To be there, of course, you've let go of your stresses and worries. They all come as soon as you step back out of that moment. And that's where I want what I talk to bring us ever more present into this timeless quality of this moment. That is the magic that's been spoken about throughout time. And we have this chance. And I'm not letting up. And I'm certain. So every moment brings us closer. And that's how I want to live my days. That's how I want to feel. Not expectations, but hope. Some excitement would be nice. But also, it's a release. It's parts of me. Have I just already missed doors that were just about to open? And me coming to England, have I missed those doors and they're now closed for good? These are the fears I can get into. And yet I'm assured that I am protected, that I am being guided, that my intuition is strengthening. And that this little trip has been important for me. And perhaps for my wild bird, I don't know what's going on. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Something like that. Look, I'm always going to reach to you. You can't stop me. I pray it doesn't go on for years and years and it is a mistake and I should just be silent. Perhaps there'll be a point where I'll realise I should just be silent. But then I've seen the effects on people who have listened to me. And I don't think they want me to be silent. I think they want me to be louder. I think they want me to come and be with them. If only I had the money. If I suddenly found myself 20 grand or something, I'd go to the States, I reckon, if they'd let me in. Do a quick buzz to the States and a few surprises. But perhaps I'd be ignored, or it would prove to me that I have imagined the entire last 4 years. So, guess I better be careful. As ever, to offer you some companionship on this journey, our unique journeys through this, to help you feel not alone. for you to know that my love is with you all the time. That is the nature of it. And it's about us all harmonizing with that love that we have. That is reuniting us as we speak. So, that's all I have to trust in. And to be grateful for everything that we have right now. To realize how precious it is. To see how far we have come in these years. To see our advances, our successes, and our raised awareness. I do believe we are raising our awareness on a global level. And that this is super important for our future and for our present. And we're doing it. So, talk to you again soon. Once I've bought my flight, I'll perhaps just mention when I get back, just for a laugh, without any expectations, of course. And while Bird whispers, keep winding her up. Don't let her forget me. And perhaps you could help. Just organise a little chance meeting or something. Come on, help me out. I'll help you out. And just give her and her family all my love. Alright? And from the Time Bandit, Mr. Not Giving Up, Mr. Still Here, and enjoying this existence more and more. And just wanting to share it with ones on the same wavelength. Let us get this together. It must be time. So, take care of yourselves. Loads of love. And I will speak to you, I think, very soon. I'm quite enjoying these daily ones now. No one's stopping me. Thank you.